Okay, let's dive in. We've got a stack of sources today, reports from Euromonitor International to Grand Josh, WP Travel,
Mm-hmm.
all focused on the latest tourism data, looking at 2023 spilling into 2024.
Right.
Our mission right now is to unpack this data, specifically the list of the world's top 10 most visited places.
Okay.
Figure out what these millions of visitors are looking for and, what insights we can pull from where the world's choosing to travel.
And looking at these numbers is fascinating because it's not just like a popularity contest, right?
Exactly.
The data reveals so much about global shifts, economic recovery, whatever the world throws at us,
Yeah.
and the enduring power of cultural connection. What's striking from the outset is just how diverse this list is, geographically and culturally. It tells us something, I think, about the variety of experiences people are seeking right now.
Absolutely. It's like a snapshot of global wanderlust. So we're going to count down the list, number 10 to number 1, pulling the key details and those specific tips or facts the sources provide for each spot.
Exactly. Let's look at what makes each of these places a magnet for millions, according to the material we have here.
Kicking off the list then, at number 10, we find ourselves in Antalya, Turkey.
Antalya, right.
The data shows it welcomed, 12.41 million visitors in 2023.
That's a lot of people.
It is. Our sources paint a picture of a classic Mediterranean paradise. Famous for its sun-soaked beaches, yes, but also steeped in ancient history.
Right. It's that blend, isn't it? You have the lure of the turquoise waters, the resorts,
Right.
which is a huge draw for, leisure travelers.
Sure.
But combined with significant historical sites, the sources specifically mention Roman ruins like Hadrian's Gate and the nearby Aspendos Theater. So it's not just sun and sand, it's sun, sand, and antiquity.
And for anyone thinking of heading there, the sources offer a quick tip. Aim for April or October.
Ah, the shoulder season.
Exactly. Apparently that's when you get the perfect weather without the, peak summer crowds.
Yeah.
Smart advice.
That tip alone speaks volumes about how popular these places are becoming. You really have to think strategically to avoid the crush sometime.
Okay, so from the shores of Turkey, we jump all the way to East Asia. For number 9, Tokyo, Japan.
Tokyo, big jump.
Yeah, clocking in 12.93 million visitors. The description here is pretty vivid. A whirlwind of neon lights and ancient temples.
Tokyo really embodies contrast, doesn't it? The sources highlight that overwhelming energy, places like Shibuya Crossing.
The famous one.
Iconic, modern Tokyo, yeah.
Well,
But then, juxtaposed with the serenity of ancient sites like Sensoji Temple,
right.
it captures both the futuristic and the deeply traditional aspects of Japan, appeals to different facets of a traveler's curiosity.
Totally.
Plus, who isn't drawn by the promise of world-class sushi and in spring, the cherry blossoms.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of sushi, the specific fact they share for Tokyo is pretty tempting.
Okay.
Hit Tsukiji Market, presumably the outer market now, for fresh sushi at dawn.
Oh, wow. At dawn. Sounds like an authentic, maybe unforgettable experience. It's those unique local experiences, isn't it? Like a dawn market visit. That often drives traveler decisions beyond just the major landmarks.
Makes sense. Okay, heading back west for number 8. We land in Istanbul, Turkey.
Another Turkish city. Interesting.
Yeah. This city welcomed 13.40 million visitors. Its defining characteristic, according to the sources, is its unique position straddling Europe and Asia,
Right.
creating this incredible blend of cultures and histories.
This geographical and cultural crossroads is absolutely key to Istanbul's appeal. The sources mention the majestic dome of the Hagia Sophia,
Iconic.
a symbol of centuries of converging empires, and the sensory overload of the Grand Bazaar. It's a city where East meets West in a very tangible, vibrant way, and connecting the two sides, the Bosphorus.
Which leads right into their travel hack for Istanbul.
Ah, okay.
Take a cheap Bosphorus ferry. It's a practical way to get around and get epic city views simultaneously.
That's smart.
A perfect example of mixing transport with sightseeing.
That's a great example of finding accessible ways to experience a city's defining features, something many travelers really appreciate.
For sure. Okay, from ancient crossroads to modern metropolis. At number 7, it's New York City, USA,
The Big Apple.
with around 13.5 million visitors. The sources just call it the Big Apple, famous for having it all.
New York is the quintessential global city, isn't it? A hub of, everything.
Pretty much.
The sources list the absolute must-sees. Times Square, Statue of Liberty, Central Park, but they also include the cultural touchstones like Broadway
Yep.
and the simple, iconic pleasure of bagels. It's the sheer density and variety of experiences packed into one place.
And because having it all also means having crowds.
Oh, yeah.
Their insider tip is valuable. Skip the peak Empire State Building lines and head to Top of the Rock
Ah.
for perhaps even better skyline views, especially if you want the Empire State in your photos.
A practical tip shows how savvy travelers navigate the most popular spots. Makes sense.
All right, halfway through the list now. At number 6, we're in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia,
KL?
seeing 13.79 million visitors. The sources highlight the stunning Petronas Towers lighting up the skyline,
Iconic.
but are quick to add that the city's heart is truly found in its street food.
That combination is really interesting. It's a city presenting this modern, ambitious face with those towers, right?
Yeah.
Signaling economic growth, architectural marvels. But its soul, its authentic daily life and culture is found at street level, in the food markets. The sources specifically call out Jalen Alor for spicy satay alongside the impressive Batu Caves nearby. It's a mix of futuristic, culinary, and natural wonder.
And the pro tip for KL leans into that modern spectacle. Visit the Petronas Towers at night for a dazzling light show.
Okay.
Sounds like they know how to put on a display.
It speaks to the intentional design of these modern hubs, doesn't it? To create visually stunning experiences for visitors.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, just outside the top 5 now. At number 5, we have Singapore with 14.67 million visitors. Described simply as a futuristic wonder.
Singapore takes that modern ambition and just runs with it. Gardens by the bay with those incredible super trees.
They look amazing.
The architectural icon of Marina Bay Sands and its rooftop pool. It's a city built on innovation and planning. But, crucially, the sources also emphasize the food scene.
Right, the hawker centers.
Yeah, exactly. Even mentioning Michelin-starred noodles, proving that culinary excellence isn't limited to high-end restaurants.
Good point.
And exploring diverse neighborhoods like Little India offers layers beyond just the futuristic facade.
They even have a fun fact about its airport. Tianjin Airport has a waterfall.
A waterfall in an airport.
I mean, that's just showing off at that point, right?
It definitely reinforces that image of Singapore as a place pushing boundaries, even in infrastructure. Quite something.
Number 4 takes us to Dubai, UAE,
Dubai.
with 15.93 million visitors. The descriptor here is desert city extravagance.
Dubai is synonymous with ambition and scale, isn't it? The sources rightly point to the Burj Khalifa, tallest building on Earth,
Can't miss it.
and the sheer scope of places like the Dubai Mall, which isn't just shopping, it has an aquarium.
Crazy.
But importantly, they also mention exploring old Dubai souks and experiencing a desert safari. It's not just modern extravagance.
Right.
It's also about connecting with the environment and history of the region, even if it's, curated sometimes.
And that desert connection is highlighted in their travel hack. Book a desert safari for a taste of Bedouin life. It adds that element of adventure beyond the skyscrapers.
It shows how these destinations offer a range of experiences, from hyper-modern urbanism to historical roots and natural landscapes. It's trying to offer everything.
All right, getting really close to the top now. Number 3 is London, UK,
London.
hitting 19 million visitors. The sources say history is truly alive in London.
London has that deep, layered history that millions want to experience firsthand. It really does. The sources list the icons. Big Ben, Buckingham Palace with the changing of the guard. But they also highlight accessibility to culture through free museums.
That's huge.
Like the British Museum, a significant draw for many people. And the specific mention of getting curry on Brick Lane shows that the modern, diverse culinary scene is also a key part of its appeal.
Right.
It's history, culture, and contemporary life all interwoven.
And the essential insider tip for navigating that vast city, grab an Oyster card for easy tube rides.
A must.
A practical necessity for exploring efficiently.
Practicality is absolutely key when you're dealing with millions of visitors in a historic city center like that.
Our runner-up, the second most visited place in the world at number 2, is Paris, France,
Paris, of course.
with 19.10 million visitors. The description here is simple and potent, pure romance.
Paris holds such a unique place in the global imagination. The sources list the absolute icons, the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre with the Mona Lisa, but also emphasize the atmosphere. Cozy cafes along the Seine, the charm of Montmartre. It's about experiencing an ideal, an aesthetic, that's been cultivated and celebrated for centuries.
Yeah.
It's the feeling as much as the sights, I think.
And to experience the art without quite so much congestion,
Mm-hmm.
the pro tip is to visit the Louvre on Wednesday evenings for fewer crowds.
Good tip. Trying to find those pockets of calm, even in the most popular spots.
Exactly.
Again, navigating popularity is part of the travel experience now, and these tips are crucial.
Which brings us to number 1. The world's most visited place in 2023, according to this data, was Bangkok, Thailand,
Bangkok, okay.
with a massive 22 million visitors.
Wow, 22 million.
Yeah. The sources call it a vibrant mix.
Bangkok is an explosion for the senses, isn't it? Offering incredible cultural depth right alongside chaotic, energetic urban life.
Things like it.
The sources highlight the contrast beautifully. The serene golden temples like Waterun versus the bustling, chaotic energy of places like Chatuchak Market. Add to that the famous street food described as fiery and the iconic tuk-tuk rides, and you have a destination that is just immersive and unforgettable.
And that immersion includes cultural norms. In fact, dress modestly for the Grand Palace, meaning long pants or skirts are required.
Yeah.
An important reminder to respect local customs when visiting significant religious sites.
Absolutely. That note underscores that even in these massive tourist hubs, cultural sensitivity is still paramount for the traveler. Good reminder.
Wow. Looking at that list, I mean, from Antalya's historical beaches to Bangkok's vibrant street life, London's museums, Dubai's towers, the sheer variety is incredible.
It really is.
And the numbers are just staggering.
They really are. And it's not just these top 10. The sources mention a broader trend. 2024 saw a significant 19% jump in global tourism overall.
19%.
Yeah. That points to a real surge in people's desire and ability to travel again, exploring everything from ancient wonders to futuristic cities and incredible food scenes.
It makes you think about what's driving that 19% jump, and what draws millions to these specific places. Is it the promise of iconic landmarks?
Yeah, duh.
The search for unique cultural experiences? The appeal of diverse food scenes, which came up repeatedly? Or maybe just a mix of everything?
I think it's that mix. People want recognizable icons, sure, but they're increasingly looking for authentic local flavor, whether that's street food in KL or markets in Bangkok.
Right.
And the source's practical advice, travel smart, respect local cultures, book early, really underlines the reality of traveling to these incredibly popular destinations.
Good.
These places are magnets for a reason, but that popularity brings challenges both for the traveler and, importantly, for the places themselves.
That was a fascinating deep dive into where the world was traveling in 2023 and the trends shaping 2024, all pulled straight from our sources. Thank you for guiding us through that data.
Always a pleasure to unpack what the numbers are telling us. It's quite a story.
So as you reflect on this list, these incredibly diverse destinations, each attracting millions for their own unique reasons, and considering that significant rebound and growth in global tourism, what does this tell you about what people truly value and seek when they decide to explore the world today? And given the scale of these numbers, what might the long-term impact be on these specific most loved spots? Something to ponder maybe the next time you look at a map or plan a trip?